Hey friends, glad you stopped again here at cowboydan.com. I'm trying to find ways to keep us happy and active through this time of being at home instead of being bored. I don't want you to walk in and say, Mom, I'm bored. The truth is, when I used to tell that to my dad, he said, well, I can fix that real quick. So I learned not to tell my dad or my mom that I was bored. But hopefully I can help you with this. We're going to read a great book today. This book is about agriculture and, of course, education. This one is called Right This Very Minute, a Table to Farm book about food and farming. And this is brought to us by the Feeding Minds Press. Okay, well, let's get started. And my biggest challenge here is going to be turning these pages, getting the right one on there. Right This Very Minute, a Table to Farm book about food and farming. What's that you say? You're hungry for breakfast right this very minute? Then you need a farmer. You have the stories of so many right here on your table. Pancakes and syrup and orange juice. It's not even breakfast time where I am, and I'm already hungry for that. Right this very minute, in a citrus grove, a grower tests oranges for ripeness. When the fruit is ready, the harvesting crew will pick the oranges, which will be squeezed into the juice you drink in the morning. Right this very minute, in a new field on a wheat farm, a farmer drills furrows, the perfect depth for seeds. Your pancakes were made with wheat that was grown, harvested, and then ground into flour. I sang that song not too long ago about celebrate. And one of the things I said in there was the farmer plants and grows the wheat. We got bread to eat. That's something to celebrate. Bread and flour and pancakes, all that comes from wheat and from the farmers. Right this very minute, in a sugar bush filled with maple trees, a sugar maker replaces old collection buckets with a new tubing system to carry maple sap to a storage tank. The sap will be boiled down in evaporators until it becomes thick and sweet like the maple syrup you've poured on your pancakes. And I love maple syrup. What's that you say? You'd like a snack? Right this very minute? Then you need a farmer. You have the knowledge of so many right here in your hands. Right this very minute, as the sun sets on a cranberry marsh, a grower starts protecting the crop from frost. The grower will be up all night checking the sprinklers that keep the plants from freezing. Also, cranberries can become part of your trail mix. Right this very minute, on a southern farm, a peanut farmer installs soil sensors to make sure the fields aren't too wet or too dry. The sensors help the farmer decide when and how much water these sensitive plants need. What's that you say? It's time for lunch. Right this very minute. Then you need a farmer. You have the hard work of so many right here in your lunchbox. Right this very minute, a dairy farmer tends the cows. The cheese in your sandwich was made with milk from cows that must be milked at least twice every day, whether it's a weekday, a Saturday, or a birthday, or a holiday. That is so true. Those dairy farmers never get a day off. They don't have any vacations. And by the way, you ought to check out my video, Our Pets and Our Animals. And in that video, in that episode, we visited a dairy farmer and we saw him make cheese. Right this very minute, farmers till and test the soil for nutrients to make sure it's healthy before planting seeds that will grow into long, crunchy carrots. Right this very minute, an apple grower works with a beekeeper to bring beehives into an orchard. Hundreds of thousands of honeybees will pollinate the pale pink blossoms, helping each tree grow many bushels of apples for you to enjoy. What's that you say? You're ready for supper? right this very minute, then you need a farmer. You have the pride of so many right here on your plate. Right this very minute, a cattle rancher moves the herd to a wide pasture to graze. She cares for the cows and welcomes their calves into the world. When the calves are old enough, they will move to new pastures or feed yards before they are harvested for the beef that will be made into hamburgers. Right this very minute, a farmer plans a crop rotation schedule to keep the soil healthy and grow more of the very best vegetables, like the potatoes you've topped with broccoli and cheese. Now, we talked about gardening, raised bed gardenings, and we planted potatoes. And here we got a farmer planting potatoes and topping it, a baked potato with broccoli and cheese. Right this very minute, some farmers prepare for delivery to grocery stores, and others box it up to sell at local farmers markets. Before lettuce and tomatoes ever get tossed in a salad or put on top of a hamburger, they must travel from the farm to hungry customers. What's that you say? You'd like dessert? Well, of course, right this very minute. Then you need a farmer, and sometimes a whole farming family. You have the dedication of so many right here on your fork. Right this very minute, a grower checks the weather forecast in a family-owned strawberry patch while workers help hundreds of visitors pick their own strawberries. Right this very minute, a family checks their backyard coop to make sure the chickens have enough feed and fresh water. Then they collect eggs that get made into foods like the shortcake in your bowl. What's that you say? You want to grow your own food right this very minute? Then you need to think like a farmer. You can help plant a garden right here in your community. Right this very minute, you and your friends, family, and neighbors can work together to choose which crops to grow in your gardens. In a few months, you will enjoy healthy snacks and meals made with the fruits and vegetables you harvest yourselves. Every single day of the year, this is important, y'all, every single day of the year, farmers tend their crops, care for their animals, and work hard to feed their families and yours. Next time you eat your breakfast, snack, lunch, supper, or even dessert, remember that somewhere, right this very minute, there's a farmer to thank for your delicious food. And if someday you decide to become a farmer, right that very minute, you'll be doing your part to feed the world too. Oh, that's a great book called Right This Very Minute. Hey, if you're interested in this book, and it's a great one, you can find this at feedingmindspress.com. Oh, and don't forget, when you see a farmer or a rancher, you say, thank you.